Hi, friends. Welcome to Beyond the Pages with Sarah and Savannah. So, this time we've done something a little bit different. You'll notice that we didn't have our little blurb at the beginning that we normally do, because this time we both read different books. Both of them are Christmas themed because this episode is being released on Christmas Eve, which is our 1 year anniversary of posting videos. So we're very excited.
So exciting.
So Savannah's going to talk about her book first, which I believe is called The Naughty List.
Yes, it is called The Naughty List. It's by Sheridan Anne. It's only about 270 pages, so it was super quick, which is nice. Sometimes you just need a little filler book, you know?
Yeah, something really light and fluffy.
So this book had a main female character. Her name was Blair Wilder. She was raised by her grandparents. Now, this is a very typical, Christmas book. So she fell in love with her high school sweetheart, but unfortunately, she up and left and went to New York to pursue her dreams. And while she was away, they focused a lot on this, and it's a little sad, but her grandpa passed away, and then her grandmother passed away. Now, one thing that I found a little weird is that in this book, she comes back only after she got fired from her job in New York. She didn't come back for her grandmother's funeral. Yeah. I was like, okay. Which is apparently her only living relative. Like, no siblings, her parents aren't alive, no cousins, nothing. It was just her and her grandmother at one point, and when she passed, she didn't come home.
That seems odd to me, but okay.
Yeah. So anyway, she got fired from her job, and she flew back to her little hometown called Blushings. Odd name. Don't know why she would have chosen that, but I'm not the writer. While she's in Blushings, she is simultaneously trying to avoid her ex-boyfriend, high school crush. His name is Nicholas Stone. He's the most eligible bachelor in town, and he's the town's go-to fix-it guy.
Of course he is. This is a Hallmark movie in a book form.
So Blair comes home to basically fix up her grandparents' house in order to get it ready to sell, because her goal right now is to maybe start her own business and get back to New York. But unfortunately, she's a city girl now, and she doesn't know how to do anything on her own.
Oh my god. This is I'm rolling my eyes with just about every word you say.
I know.
This is so cheesy.
Of course, in between all of that, there are best friends and people she should have known from her past but didn't really know anymore. So, anyways, whatever. Now, the reason this book is called The Naughty List is because her best friend back in New York suggests that while she is away and single during Christmas season, she should make a naughty list of people she should essentially hook up with. And Nicholas is number one.
Her ex.
Yes.
Okay.
And the only one on that list. Despite her denying wanting anything to do with him. She didn't add anybody or anything else onto that list, just him.
Okay.
So, yeah, at this point, I've told you about half of the book. The rest of the book, I feel like you could just imagine how it plays out.
She falls in love with the fix-it man that she didn't think that she was gonna, because she was just gonna fool around with him. And then they fall in love, and she ends up staying in town, not selling her grandparents' house. I'm guessing. I have not read this book, but that is the flow of every Hallmark movie at Christmas time.
Yeah. So this is your typical girl from a small town, moves back, falls in love with her old fling because the universe is throwing them together. You know, this is the women's channel typical rom-com kind of book.
Okay.
You know, but it was super lighthearted. It was funny. It was easy to read, predictable, as they all were. But overall, a feel-good Christmas book. There is a second book that Sheridan Anne wrote. I have not read it yet. I'm hoping to read it by Christmas because, again, this one was only 270 pages. I'm sure I can read the other one in just the same amount of time. It's called Santa's Dark Secret. Now, based off of this book with the quote-unquote naughty list, I'm expecting it to be very similar, where the book is not very naughty. It's very, like you said, Hallmark. I just feel like this book brought up my Christmas vibes a little bit more. It was really nice to just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the cheesiness of it all.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that.
So overall, I think any, I don't want to say girl, but any like girls girl, boys girl kind of peoples out there who like the Hallmark cheesy love, this is a book for you. You know?
Okay.
Now tell me, how do you feel about the Hallmark style Christmas movies?
I watch them because they're so cute and cheesy, and sometimes you just need the cute and cheesy. But they are so predictable. Like, you know how it's gonna end. Either the girl's gonna leave about 10 minutes before the end of the movie. They're gonna realize that they were in love with the guy that's in their hometown, and then they'll get back together in the last 2 minutes, and they'll kiss at right before the credits roll. Or the guy will leave, and same thing. But it's so cheesy and so sweet, and sometimes you just need that, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah, agreed. You know, my mom hates whenever I watch these movies with her because I roll my eyes every 5 seconds and I mock it through the whole thing. And she's just like, Savannah, like, stop doing that, you know? And I'm just like, I literally can't. Like, it's so bad. But I love just sitting there and watching them with her.
Yeah, my mom and we watched one recently. I think it was called The Fabric of Christmas. We both sew, so like when you see fabric, we kind of are immediately drawn to it. And it was so cheesy, so corny, and you knew what was going to happen every step of the way. But we watched the whole thing, and it was so cute.
Oh, I know. There's one thing in the Hallmark movies we call the Hallmark moment. And it is in every single movie. And it is the hand-touching moment. When they accidentally, you know,
rush hands.
And then that's the turning point of like, oh, I actually like you.
There's also the moment in the snow. Usually they're skating. Sometimes it's just walking in the snow. And that could also be when they realize they're in love. It could also be the first time they kiss. So there is also that moment.
I know.
There's always those two moments.
Always. It's so funny. The minute you said skating, who is that actor in One Tree Hill? He plays the blonde brother.
I never watched One Tree Hill, so I don't know.
Dang it. What about Sullivan's Crossing?
Oh, is he the younger guy? Chad Michael Murray?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking Cinderella Story.
Oh, he's in that too.
Hilary Duff's Cinderella Story.
There is a Christmas movie that he's in, and he's skating, but there's no ice. the whole movie, whenever he like skates up to the boards, it's just him like moving his feet. I said, okay, so this movie didn't have a huge budget. Got it. um, okay, so my last kind of like talk about my book and just kind of like feeling the vibe sort of thing is, does your family have any Christmas traditions?
Yes, we do. We have a couple traditions that we do every year. Um, we do like on Christmas Eve because we're going to be having our big dinner on Christmas Day. We do like little appetizers for supper. So like we're going to get stuff from M&M meat store and like have those for supper, and we make cookies and stuff like that. So that's one of our Christmas traditions.
My family does something very similar right after church. We go back to my mom's house and we have like lasagna and meat pie and like a bunch of sweets that she's baked. And anything that we don't eat that night, we eat for breakfast.
We eat for lunch on Christmas Day because we usually have it's my mom has this recipe that it's called Christmas morning wife saver. So you make it on Christmas Eve and then you just put it in the oven on Christmas morning.
I love it.
Like it's bread soaked in egg with like pea meal bacon and cheese, and like we put mushrooms in part of it, but my brother doesn't like mushrooms, so we put like green peppers on half and mushrooms on half, and then it's cornflakes on top.
It sounds like a breakfast hash.
It's so good. It's so good. And then like you literally put it in the oven on Christmas morning. It's done in an hour. So you can put it in when you get up and then open presents, and
I mean, it's super smart. My family just eats the leftovers and makes breakfast on top of it. So we eat a lot of breakfast. Any other?
yeah, we also have my parents set a rule when we were very young that we were not allowed to wake them up before 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas morning. It was the same rule as Easter as well. Before 7 o'clock, they were not allowed to be woken up. My brother is a morning person, and he would be up at 6:30 in the morning on any given day, but he loves Christmas. And or at least he used to love Christmas and the excitement and all that. And so he always wakes me up before we can wake our parents up. And the last couple years, my brother's 28 years old. And the last couple years I've been like, "No, you're not allowed to wake me up."
You know, my husband had a similar situation whenever he was younger. They were given Santa gifts in the morning. So these ones were not wrapped, and they were allowed to play with the Santa gifts until their parents got up.
Oh.
So every other gift wasn't opened, but you had a couple of gifts.
Oh no, we weren't allowed out of our rooms to like if because of how our house was set up, if we were out and about, we were waking up mom and dad.
Yeah.
So
See,
like
my family, I'm an early bird, but
no one else is.
no one else is. But like we just would get up when we got up.
Yeah, we would wake mom and dad up at 7 o'clock on the dot, and then when we were little, dad would go down the stairs with the video camera and check to see if Santa had come and eaten the cookies and milk and drank the milk and all that, and make sure our stockings were full, and then he would record us coming downstairs on
Cute.
Christmas morning.
Both my family and my in-laws family have two very different ways of opening gifts, and we've done this for as long as I can remember. So basically it's like the opening gift tradition as well.
Yeah.
So going back to like us making breakfast and like eating breakfast forever and ever because there's so much food, we would only have dinner at like 5 or 6, and we wouldn't really have lunch in between. But the way that we opened gifts in my family is that everybody had a certain section underneath the tree, and it always started with the youngest. So we would watch the youngest open her gifts, and then we'd take a break. And then we'd go back and we'd do the next one, and then we'd take a break. Because as we got older,
There are a lot of you guys.
there is. And so in between, we would call someone and wish them Merry Christmas, or they would call us, and or we'd get a snack or finish making our breakfast or whatever it was. And once you finished opening your gifts during that break, you were allowed to open your stocking.
Okay.
So once you were finished, and we went all the way around. My mom always said Christmas is one day, why rush it?
Mm.
So we always drug it out. When we were younger, it lasted for an eternity.
Yeah,
An
like I said, there's a lot of you
eternity.
guys.
And it was so tiring, but she's right. It's only one day.
Hmm.
That being said, Christmas to me actually feels like 4 days long now because we have Christmas Eve, and we talked about that. We have dinner with our family, we go to church, and then Christmas, you do all the Christmas things, presents, like eating, and then Boxing Day, we go to more family and have more food. And then friends of ours, their birthday is the following day, so we go and spend all of Christmas with our friends.
Oh, wow.
But
What does your
yeah,
in-laws
so
family
so
do?
going back to my in-laws, the way that they do presents is that his parents don't put names on their gifts. They
Okay.
put numbers, and they put all their gifts under the tree, and we all bring our gifts and shimmy them all away around. You don't all have the same gifts in the same section, and the youngest goes first. And they pick a present. And if that present has a number on it, my husband's mother, she has a book, and it'll be like number 3, that belongs to Sarah. So you would open the gift and we would all watch, and then you pick the next present.
Okay.
And I mean, you can pick the ones with the names because we didn't do numbers.
Yeah.
And so if you picked one and it was mine, I would open it and you guys would watch me, and then I would pick the next one. And they go around and around and around, so then everybody has a turn, and
Okay.
I love it. I love
That's
both.
closer. That's closer to what we do. But like we do first thing in the morning, our stockings. We do our stockings first, and then we take a couple minutes break, and my dad gets coffee, my brother gets coffee, and like we wake up at that point, and then my brother and we grab the presents that are under the tree and we hand them out to whoever, like there are name tags on them, or if we have forgotten name tags, whoever wrapped the present says, "Oh, that one's for mom, that one's for dad, that one's for whoever." Um,
Wait, so do you open them all at the same time?
then we open them all at the same time, and we kind of just keep an eye on. Usually, it's my brother and I who open ours first, and then mom and dad kind of open theirs after us. But yeah, so we pretty much do them at the same time, just kind of keeping an eye around the room, seeing what people are
See,
opening.
I love to know what everybody else got, so I don't think I personally would love that because I wouldn't be opening my own. I'd be watching everybody else and then be like, oh, right, I need to open these.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a busybody, I guess you would call me.
Yeah, that's why mom and dad kind of like wait a little bit to do theirs so that they can watch me and my brother open ours. So,
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, well, that is basically my book in a nutshell,
mhm.
honestly. Think Hallmark and then put it into words. Slap between two covers. So let's talk about yours.
So mine is not a full book. It's just a novella. It's called The Christmas Tartan, and it's a novella from the A Scottish Bookstore Mystery series by Paige Shelton.
Do you know how many books are in the series?
Uh, I have them all on my bookshelf except for the most recent one, but I cannot tell you how many there are.
Have you read all of them?
All but the most recent one. I haven't finished. No, I haven't finished the one that I got last year for Christmas yet. Um, and one more has come out since then.
Okay, so you really like them.
I really, really like them. So it's the main character is a girl named Delaney Nichols who comes from Kansas in the U.S., and she moves to Edinburgh, Scotland, um, because she sees this job ad, and it's like, oh, I want that. And it's like her experiences at this bookstore, that it's a rare bookstore, and they have like this kind of secret, almost like museum vault in the bookstore that is she's cataloging this stuff that's in the museum bookstore or in the kind of vault. And there's stuff like um, one of the books was uh, they got something from Mary Queen of Scots. I think that was The Lost Letters was what that one was called. And like there's been a few like it's kind of historically based, but it's set in modern times, if I'm making any sense at all. Anyway, so the Christmas Tartan, um, Delaney is given this box of stuff that was dropped off at her boss's doorstep, and no one knows where it came from. Inside is a book, I believe it's A Christmas Carol, um, a red and green check tartan scarf, a button, and a photograph. On the back of the photograph, it has a name. And so Delaney starts trying to find out who this person who the stuff belongs to is. And she kind of ends up having a hallucination um where she meets the person whose name it is, who's looking for her granddaughter who's gone missing. And Delaney, in this hallucination, Delaney meets the granddaughter. And what we end up finding out is the granddaughter was murdered by
Plot twist.
plot twist. Well, it's kind of like believed through the whole thing that the granddaughter or the person in the photo is not alive anymore because it's an older photo. But I'm not gonna say you do find out who the murderer was. But it's the murder took place in like the 60s, and this is taking place in like 2015 or something like that. So it's quite a time difference, and it's like the Christmas tartan is because it's the red and green tartan, like the scarf, and it's just kind of it's cute. It's like 7 chapters at the end of the second book in the series, which is Lost Books and Old Bones is the second book. The first book is called The Cracked Spine. If anyone wants to check out the series, it's an amazing series.
Do you know when it came out?
No, I don't, off the top of my head.
Is it like many years old?
Yes, it's several years old, but there are books still coming out.
Okay. Do
Um,
they come out like once a year?
yeah, yeah. I have been getting because I got them. I got the first 2 books well after they'd come out, but I think before the third book had come out. And so I have the mass market paperback versions, and I am the type of person who my books have to match. Like the series has to match.
Yeah, I try my best, but sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
like the hardcover comes out before the softcover.
Well, that so like I don't have the most recent book that was released. It was released last winter, but I don't have it because the mass market paperback doesn't come out till this winter.
Right.
So I've waited. Um, so yeah, it's a really great series. It's kind of hallmarky with like she meets this hot Scottish pub owner, and the first time they meet, he's in a kilt, and like they end up several books in, they end up getting married and live in this little blue house by the sea, and
You know, with Edinburgh, um, whenever you first go, because I
Mhm.
went last year for the first time over to Scotland, and it was absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
But wow, what a bit of a culture shock. Like, the people are not islanders, let me tell you that. They are a little more rough around the edges. Um,
They're from up Tignish way.
um,
We love you, Tignish, if anyone from Tignish is listening to this.
in a good way. No, this city was still absolutely it's beautiful. It rained a lot.
Yeah, they do talk about the rain and how much it rains
Like,
throughout the series.
I get why people would want to move there, but honestly, I don't know if I personally would want to move there. The food was great. They're very good bakers over there. They don't eat breakfast until like 11. That was something I found odd. But to go over and to work over there, I don't know if I would want to. The way that
Yeah.
people live are just so different.
Yeah.
Things are very small over there too. Like all the buildings are giant, but you go in, the rooms are so small and tiny.
Yeah, because like a lot of the city is still the historic city, like the
Yeah.
ancient city, really. I desperately want to go to Scotland at some point in my life. Um,
Yeah, we'll be going
and
back too.
Edinburgh is one of the key locations that I want to go because I want to see Edinburgh Castle and
Amazing. The day that my husband and I went to Edinburgh Castle, it was pouring, like pouring buckets. I'm not joking. We were in the castle and we were in the dining hall, I believe. And like in the castle, things are not connected. You can't go from one, you have to go outside to get to another part.
Mhm.
And we went here. Well, didn't we all had to get ushered out because it started flooding?
Oh no!
The castle started flooding
Oh
because
no!
it was literally pouring its heart out.
As someone who works in a museum, that is one of my greatest fears is a lot of rain and a lot of water because where I work, we have had flooding problems and it's a nightmare to deal with.
And
Um,
pretty devastating because that stuff
yeah,
is old.
yeah. Even worse in like a castle like Edinburgh Castle, there's things of such value.
One thing about Edinburgh is that it is clean.
Mm,
They're so clean over there. Like no matter where you go, the streets are beautiful, you know, and yes, you definitely have to go to Scotland someday. We will be going back because whenever we went, we only did like part of Scotland, like
yeah,
closer to the islands, and we didn't even get to go up north.
yeah. My family, when my family came to Canada, we came from the north, the far north of Scotland. So it's like I would love to go up there and see that and
Yeah.
but I also want to go to Edinburgh and
Yeah.
like I
And
want to go to Culloden and yeah.
and see, I want to do those things too, and we didn't get up there, but I did get to see a lot of Harry Potter,
Mm,
like filming locations.
yeah.
We didn't go for Harry Potter, but I got to see like the train and Dumbledore's resting place and where Hagrid's hut would be.
Yeah.
And but we went for my husband's family. He was the first McClellan of his family to step foot onto South Uist since the 1700s when his family essentially got kicked out and told to find somewhere else to live.
Oh wow.
Now, McClellan Castle is not on South Uist. It is somewhere else. I forget now what the town is called. He would know. But yeah, when we went on to South Uist, that was a historic moment for us, and it was absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. There's nothing there. There's literally 20 houses and maybe 5 of them people live in. But I guarantee you, we found the best fish shop that you will ever eat uh, deep fried fish in. It was part gas station that had no gas, part fish shop.
We're gonna just ramble about how beautiful Scotland is
I
and
know.
how much we want to go there and go back there if we're allowed to. But we're a half hour into this episode and we have our exciting.
Yes, I know we mentioned it last time if you were listening to our episode, our last episode. We have some very exciting news. As Sarah mentioned at the beginning of this podcast episode, this one, when it is released, will be a 1 year anniversary for us.
Yeah, our first episode was released on Christmas Eve 2024.
And
So,
what a year it has been. It's been a lot of learning, it's been a lot of growing,
and we are still learning and growing.
and we are so grateful and so beyond thankful for each and every one of our listeners and followers on Instagram and YouTube and just checking out our website. Like, we literally do this because we love it. We love to listen to other people's opinions and views. We have both joined a book club,
The same book club.
and it itself has grown, and it's so fascinating to read one book and have 15 views on it.
Yeah, it's really, like you weren't at our last book club meeting, but we read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and the views that were expressed and the joy that science fiction was created by a woman, um, because most of our book club is female or uh, gender neutral or like,
Yeah.
and it was just the joy that Mary Shelley exists and was the creator of science fiction. It was just like,
So, for our 1 year, we met a lady,
well, it's someone I work with.
and she offered to. Why don't you explain it?
So I work with a woman by the name of Caitlin Paxton. She is an incredible storyteller, and she is having a book published it comes out in March. It's called A Widow's Charm. It is a fantasy novel, and she's currently working on the edits for the second book, apparently. I saw her on Tuesday, and she was telling me that. But she has given us advanced readers copies of her book. So we are going to be reading her book, A Widow's Charm, and then we are going to be having Caitlin on our episode, which we intend to record in February, to be released right around the time the book comes out in March. So
Does she have an official release date?
I haven't seen an official release date. I think it's around the end of March, but we will definitely have that information in the episode.
Yeah.
We will let you know when we have an official
we'll
release
make sure
date for that.
We, post about it, but just how exciting is it that 1 year in, we finally get to host our first
guest.
Our first guest.
And it's a local island author, and she, like I said, she's an amazing storyteller. And I'm so looking forward to reading this book.
Can you tell me what it's called again? Or
It's called A Widow's Charm.
Yep.
And it's fantasy. It's a witch who is trying to get her necromancer neighbor to bring back her husband from the grave, and then it seems she falls in love with the necromancer. So we'll see. I haven't started reading the book. I'm so excited to start.
Yeah.
That is going to be the first book I read in 2026. And we will see what happens in that, and we will definitely have Caitlin to tell us, to answer questions that we have about the book, and to tell us more about the next book, and let us know if she has a timeline for that, which I don't know if she'll have a timeline for when the next book comes out, but like I said, she did say she is doing the edits right now.
So she might have a lot more to say when March comes around.
Yeah, so we're very, very excited about that.
So do us a favor and tell a friend, because a book goes beyond its pages.
Yeah. Check out our Facebook, our Instagram, or we don't have Facebook. Check out our Instagram at the Beyond the Pages with Sav and Sarah. And check out our YouTube, which is where you're going to be finding this episode. And check out our website, which is beyondthepages.ca. Right?
Yes!
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Whatever holiday you celebrate, we hope you enjoy it this month.
And we will see you in the new year.
We'll see you in the new year.
Bye!